Now, it is the gallery from where €88 million worth of France's crown jewels was stolen last year in a dramatic heist. Thieves, disguised as construction workers, breaking into the gallery, I'm sure you'll remember, using a truck-mounted lift, stealing 8 jewels which remain missing. Now, though, today the Apollo Gallery of Paris's Louvre Museum has just reopened once again to the public. No jewels, though, on display in the room. It'll revert to its 17th century function as a state gallery. Well, we're going to cross live to the Louvre, talk to our reporter Keris Garland, who joins us from there. I mean, Keris, this was such a big story at the time, wasn't it? Going around the world. Relief there, I assume, that finally this gallery is reopening once again?
Well, it's certainly an event for the museum, but also for the government. We just saw the French culture minister, Catherine Pégard, come, who's visiting the Apollo Gallery for its reopening. As for the people in the queue, the visitors behind me, not so much, although they are curious to see it. Some of them didn't even know that the Apollo Gallery was reopening today. Others were aware, and they said they are very keen to see it, even if it is empty, as you mentioned, going back to its original 17th century function as an apartment, though it is a work of art in itself. It's very ornate. It features a painted ceiling by a French artist, Eugène Delacroix, and other French artists along the years. And the museum president, Christophe Léribaud, has referred to it as the museum's own Hall of Mirrors, comparing it to that one in Versailles, of course. But the crown jewels that were in that room, they're not there anymore. Where will they be? Well, the idea is to put them into a new place in the museum, a strong room to be built. That's what the president of the museum says, and that would include one of the jewels that the thieves dropped during that October heist, the crown of Empress Eugénie. We don't yet know, though, when those jewels and those articles will be on display, or when that special room will be built.
So a good day for the Louvre today, Keris, but the museum as a whole, I mean, it continues to have difficulties, doesn't it?
Absolutely, and that heist really laid bare a lot of security failings at the Louvre. Some improvements in security have been made since then, of course, including physical barriers like on the window of the Apollo Gallery where the thieves entered. There's expanded CCTV coverage, there's a greater police presence, but security isn't just the only of the museum's woes. We've seen repeated trade union strikes here calling for better pay and more recruitment. But according to Christophe Léribaud, the president of the museum, a big problem is funding, not just to finance that strong room that I mentioned, but also in the context of a complete overhaul, a renovation plan that was announced last year by President Emmanuel Macron. That's estimated to cost a whopping €1 billion. It'll include things like a new museum entrance and a dedicated room for the Mona Lisa with its own entrance as well. But it's no secret has been made of the outdated infrastructure here at the Louvre. We've seen water leaks, notably at the end of last year after that heist. This is not the end of the museum's problems.
Keris, thanks very much. Keris Garland joining us there from outside the Louvre. We're going to cross now to talk to art historian and editor-in-chief of La Tribune d'Art, Didier Rykner, who joins us. Thanks very much for being with us on the programme. I mean, more generally, first of all, it's not just a problem for the Louvre, this, is it? I mean, we've had other notable thefts from museums right across France, indeed across the world. How on earth do we keep our museums safe?
You must put money in the museum to keep them safe. So the Louvre is enforcing the protection against thefts, and I hope it's better now.
I mean, is it possible, though, to make a museum 100% safe?
No, it's not possible. The zero risk, as we say, doesn't exist. But we can improve, and the Louvre needs improvement. We have seen the theft, the heist. It was possible to prevent it, but the former president did not do the right things.
So what kind of things are needed now? Is it a case of using new technology? Is it a case of using things that have been around for a long time but are just expensive, or what?
No, it's expensive, but the Louvre has money, you know. the Louvre has money. So he is now, just right now, improving the security. But the Louvre needs more works because it's in very bad condition. So they need to make works. And the problem is Emmanuel Macron, as you said, wants a big project, which is for one part not useful.
How difficult is it as an art historian? I mean, presumably, you would rather see money being invested, if it's possible anyway, in the art itself. It's a shame, isn't it, that you have to spend all this money on security?
No, it's not a shame. It's normal for a museum to spend money on security. The shame is this big project Emmanuel Macron calls La Grande Colonnade, because this project is very expensive. We have not the money to do it. And it will prevent to do what is really necessary for the Louvre.
And what's that, would you say?
Sorry?
What is really necessary?
What is necessary is to refurbish the museum, to restore the museum, because there are leaks everywhere, because there are problems about the heating, because the roofs have to be refurbished. So there are many problems. The Louvre is falling apart, as it's told by the president. So they have the money to do this, but they must concentrate on this and they must not do this big project, which is useless and bad for the museum.
So you don't think that some of the items that are within this new project would help with some of the issues you're talking about at all?
Exactly. The Louvre doesn't need a big entrance in more. He needs more entrances, but not a big one, which is very expensive. He doesn't need more exhibition rooms, because the Grand Palais close to the Louvre, the exhibition for the Louvre can be made there, the temporary exhibitions. He needs a new room for Mona Lisa, but there are other solutions. So they are going to dig up a very big project which is not needed. And the architectural project for this new entrance is very poor.
Presumably, a lot of this is about getting the balance right as well, isn't it? Because on the one hand, you've got to have the security. On the one hand, you've got to have those facilities, a good entrance, for example. A new entrance is part of this. But you've also got to serve the people who are coming to see the art as well. Yes,
because visiting the Louvre is not a good experience. I think you can ask every people who go to see it. There are many things to do. The Louvre has money to do it. But they want to spend money for other things, and money they don't have, because the president of the Louvre told he must find by 1 year 360 million euros, and he has not this money. And I hope he will not find it. He counts on sponsorship, and I hope there will be no sponsorship for this kind of thing, which is a nuisance for the Louvre.
Finally, I just wanted to pick up on one thing that Keris Garland, our reporter at the Louvre, was telling us about, these jewels that went missing. I mean, has there been any sign of any of them at all?
No, I don't think there are. I don't know.
And one of the main problems is presumably that they could well have been melted down. They probably have been by now, would you suspect?
No, melted down, no, because there are on these jewels, there is very few precious metal, but there are diamonds, but they are very small. Most of the diamonds are small, so the risk is they don't know what they have, and they are putting them apart. But normally, it's not worthy if it's melted, as you say. So I hope they are intact now. And I hope we will find them back, but I don't know when and if we will.
Fingers crossed that one day perhaps we shall see them once again. Thanks very much for being with us on the programme, Didier Rykner, who's art historian, editor-in-chief of La Tribune de l'Art, joining us here on France 24.